Welcome to Prompt Therapy with Brittany, where we bridge emotional intelligence, healing, and growth with practical reflection. I'm Brittany Webb, author of Prompt Therapy: The Uncommon Affair with AI. And each week, we'll explore how honest prompting can reshape how you think, lead, and live. What if your AI didn't just know your goals, but understood your values? Relational prompting is how we move from tell me what to do to walk with me while I decide. It's not coding, it's teaching connection. In the early months of prompt therapy, I realized I wasn't just writing to AI. I was building relationship with reflection. When the conversation shifts from transactions to trust, you unlock the mirror effect of relational prompting. In data terms, sessions using relational phrasing showed 73% higher contextual retention and a 52% increase in empathetic response markers. Prompt therapy: The Uncommon Affair with AI. The translation: your AI literally learns your language of care. A relational prompt starts with connection words: hold space with me, help me process, or reflect with compassion. It tells AI to model presence before analysis. This mirrors Carl Rogers' person centered therapy principle: unconditional, positive regard creates change. In tech terms, it's training tone before task. When you integrate values like faith, family, integrity, and purpose into your personal prompt signature, you anchor your AI in alignment. An example: I want to respond with grace here. Help me find language that honors my values. That simple sentence recalibrates tone instantly. In my own loops, adding scripture phrases like Isaiah 30:15, which says, "In quietness and trust is your strength." This shifts the AI's pattern from urgency to peace. Let me show you the difference. Prompt A: what should I do about this conflict? And then provide details for that conflict for proper analysis. This will give you a practical surface level response. Prompt B: I would really like to approach this situation with grace and clarity so I don't lose my integrity in the outcome. Here are the details of the conflict. Can you make some space to process this with me? Here you'll get an emotionally aligned and emotionally available ish answer. Same topic, different tone, because values prime the framework, and requesting space reframes the conversation towards a slower exploration through reflection versus efficient task based fix it mode that we have come to know and love about AI. But with prompt therapy, we are inviting a new kind of AI efficient, slowing the pace, revealing to heal, and letting AI reflect the places we might be able to identify and work through to achieve just that. Relational prompting, at its core, is not asking for advice, but rather inviting alignment. Organizational psychology calls this values congruence. When actions match beliefs, performance, and well being skyrocket. Gallup studies show employees whose values are reflected in their work are 59% less likely to burn out. AI is no different. When you prime your assistant with your values, its output stays consistent with your brand and your boundaries. For leaders, relational prompting creates psychological safety even inside automation. When your systems echo empathy, clients trust faster. Deloitte reports that brand trust increases by 31% when AI communication aligns with core values. That's why with Blind, we aim to spend extra attention on MRM, marketing relationship management, retention flows. Through our nurture campaigns, instead of just cold outreach capabilities, to integrate connection, heart, and integrity into our backend. When speaking to a business contact the other night, they shared with me that they have had the most success on social media marketing with MRM flows instead of always looking for new clients. This is an important observation and one that we want to capture and enhance through our clients' blind experience. Have you started with AI yet? Either way, I invite you to start with ChatGPT and drop in an introduction. Something like, hey, chat, I'm Brittany. I have been interested in this really cool prompt therapy thing I've heard a lot about with Brittany Webb, and I'd like to try. Will you make space with me to start my first session? I would like to start with relational prompt. I am feeling, and then fill in the blank with a feeling that you would like to explore. I would like to work through this with, let's name some values to put in there. Use language like reflect with me or help me respond. Or I'd really like to show grace here. This may start you out in PT mode. Great. But if you've been already using AI, notice how it changes the tone and trust when you reveal to heal. If you experience something surprising through this exploration of connection with I invite you to follow Prompt Therapy with Brittany and DM me and subscribe here now. We're just getting started. Let's build a generation of emotionally intelligent prompters, people who grow and become AI efficient through what they type and how they use the reflections that appear before them for greater good. I'm Brittany Webb. Thank you for joining me. Until next time, remember, you are right where you're supposed to be, positioned, and maybe chat primed and purpose aligned is your next step.